back in the late 90s, early 2000s, Jet Li came over from the Hong Kong Asian movies and into American big budget things. Now I knew the guy from Once Upon a Time in China movies, which I loved, still love to this day, they're fantastic. And he was kind of put into sort of like roles like Kiss of the Dragon, Romeo Must Die, The One, those kind of things. And some of them were good, some of them weren't as good. I have a particular soft spot for Romeo Must Die, but it seems to have been like a good number of years since I last saw it. So it popped up in a streaming service and I could not resist hitting play on this bad boy. The title is just a kind of play on words because nobody's named Romeo, although quite a lot of people will die in this movie. It is basically about the son of a Chinese gangster is murdered. The blame is put onto this businessman played by Delroy Lindo, who is in a deal with the Asian sort of gangster guy. They're both kind of dirty dealings and they're working together to create this big monstrous deal. They both have right-hand men. They both have kids who are now in danger. One has already died, and Delroy Lindo's son and daughter are now in the firing line, and this deal is hanging by a thread. Jet Li plays Han, and he is in an Asian prison somewhere. I mean, he finds out that his brother, who happens to be this gangster's son, has been murdered, breaks out of prison in fantastic kick-ass fashion, as we would expect from Jet Li, and gets his ass over to America to avenge his brother, find out what happened, maybe fall in love. Who knows? We'll see. And it happens that Han bumps into Delroy Lindo's daughter, played by Alia, and the guys just kick it off. So I think it's kind of playing on the Romeo and Juliet aesthetic, you know, these two warring families and the son and daughter fall in love. I think that's how they've come up with the title, probably has. But it's got a host of like really good actors, and I won't go through them all. One of the ones I really enjoy is Anthony Anderson, who plays a kind of comedic foil in this movie, who never quite wins at all. He's always getting his ass kicked in every scene by Jet Li, and it is fun. And yeah, I love this movie. I really like it. I think it's a great kick-ass action movie. Even if the wire work is really dodgy nowadays, it's got these special effects scenes where during a fight scene, it'll zoom into a body part, go X-ray as that body part is broken, crushed or whatever, and then zoom back out to the person screaming. It's nice little touches like this that just kind of elevate it a little bit. And it still doesn't look too bad nowadays. I think that Jet Li really surprises me in this movie with his charisma, and he has a lot of it, especially with Alia's character as well, but just in general, he seems to be having fun, a lot of fun. He's got some good one-liners, he's really good with his inflection as he's talking to certain people, and you can't help but warm to this character of Han and thinking that he's fantastic, or I did anyway, and this is the character that you want to win out the day in amongst this host of bad people in varying degrees of villainous nature. The plot itself is kind of a little bit convoluted. You can tell what's happening, you can kind of guess who the bad people are mostly throughout the movie, especially when one turns up at the end head to toe in black leather. You're just kind of like, yeah, that's typical bad guy fashion, but it's kind of funny, but in a good way. You've got DMX appearing in this movie. The soundtrack is littered by DMX and Alia songs, which isn't a bad thing. I kind of like them, and it fits with the aesthetic of the movie as well. There is plenty of action fight scenes in this, and they differ quite a bit, which is good, so it's always offering you a fresh take on an action set piece, whether it be Han breaking out of jail, or whether it be him unable to hit a woman, so he uses Alia as a weapon against this woman so that she's technically hitting her, which is an interesting scene, or whether it's at the end where his hands get burned and he's unable to use them and has to use other things to fight. It's always evolving, always making it different, always keeping it fresh and interesting. Then you have the characters that just perpetrate this story that are kind of funny, kind of villainous, and altogether it makes a very interesting watch that moves along fairly quickly, and I think it is, to be fair, all down to Jet Li's performance and action skills that we know he has. I gave Romeo Must Die 3.5 out of 5. It's one that I'm going to throw on again just when I'm doing something I can zone in and out and check out the bits that I really like, which there are quite a few of. I think it's great. Have you seen this movie? Do you like Romeo Must Die? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comment box below what you thought of it, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.